I'm Molly Harris-Olsen. I'm the CEO of Fairtrade Australia and New Zealand. Fairtrade is an international organization working to alleviate poverty through trade and access to fair markets. And we do that in 120 countries around the world, working with about 1.6 million farmers and workers. Fairtrade is responsible for the markets of Australia and New Zealand and for the producers in the Pacific. So modern slavery is a global problem. In fact, today we have more modern slavery in the world than we had when we originally thought we tackled it a few hundred years ago. So it affects about 45 million people in about 167 countries around the world. And the profits from modern slavery today are around 150 million US dollars every year. It's a massive amount of profit. And sadly, about 63% of those profits are in the Asia-Pacific region. So modern slavery is a continuum, it's a spectrum, and it goes from exploitation and poor wages or controlling and exploiting workers right through to actually locking people away, not allowing them to have their passports, not allowing them out of buildings. It actually is a form of indentured servitude, and it crosses the whole spectrum. And part of the problem is the lack of transparency in modern supply chains that enables it to exist today. So of course, Australia gets many of its goods and services from this part of the world where so much modern slavery exists. Textiles, electronics, we have cheap labor markets in this part of the world. So we are, as a consumer country, consuming products that are the product of modern slavery. And it's really, we believe, our responsibility to make sure that we're looking at these supply chains, ensuring that these companies are addressing these issues within their supply chains, because otherwise we're contributing to the problem. Well, in this case, Fairtrade was invited to present its recommendations to government, and we actually put 14 recommendations to government about how a Modern Slavery Act could work. It was based on the best of what was working in the UK and some improvements on that. So we believe that it's extremely important to get the transparency in supply chains first, and in order to get companies to be willing to share transparently what is actually happening in their supply chains, we believe the most important thing is actually to have companies reporting, and we believe all companies should report against the Modern Slavery Act. We also believe that there should be an independent commissioner that can assess issues that come up as part of the companies reporting transparently about what's happening in their supply chains. And we finally do believe that it is extremely important to have a public registry of all of the corporate reporting so that NGOs and others in the community can actually help understand and improve the situation and actually help hold the companies accountable to improving those supply chains.